Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer and today I'm going to be getting a little bit nostalgic. If you can cast your mind back to 2007, Lewis Hamilton had just burst onto the Formula 1 scene, Avril Lavigne had released the song Girlfriend, and I got my first job at Cartridge World in Witness. And it was also around about this time that rFactor 1 was the definitive racing sim to have. It had the best graphics, the best physics, and an incredible modding scene, and I actually got involved in that. Towards the end of 2007, start 2008, I discovered a program called Bob's Track Builder. I don't know what it was, but there was just something about designing a racetrack that I absolutely loved, and I only ever actually finished one, but those of you who are old enough to remember the rFactor 1 modding scene may remember a circuit called Thermalito. That's me. Now, of course, rFactor 1 is a very old game, but someone who has taken the rFactor 1 engine and run with it is Razer Studios in the form of Automobilista. Now, recently, I have been getting into Automobilista thanks to the SROL F1 1996 Championship. Link on top of the screen right now for a playlist of all those races. But it got me thinking, I wondered if anyone had actually converted my old track to Automobilista. Someone had done a private conversion, so I messaged them on Reddit to see if they still had the files, and unfortunately they didn't, but they provided me with a link to an Automobilista rFactor 1 converter, so I tried that out, and it was ridiculously easy. One click, and the circuit that took up pretty much my entire childhood is now back to life again. So in this video today, guys, I'm going to go and get all nostalgic and do some laps around my old Circuit Thermalito in Automobilista. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright then, here we are at the track. And this is something I've been looking forward to for so many years. Honestly, since I ever made this circuit back in the original rFactor 1, I've been trying to convert it over to a modern sim like rFactor 2 or Assetto Corsa or something like that, and I just never got around to it, and I really have missed driving here, obviously putting so many hours into building this thing and testing this thing. And here it is, all along, Automobilista. Guys, same engine as rFactor, why didn't I think of this sooner? So let's go and have a few laps and see what the circuit is all about. So start the engine. We are driving the Super V8 here today. I love myself a little bit of Aussie supercar for many reasons, because they're just so much fun to drive, and that sound as well. So the first thing you notice, there's a lot of elevation over there, and it's a very, very tight pit exit here in first gear. Obviously the textures aren't quite up to the standard of modern sims, but like I said, this is me from 12 years ago, working with a cracked version of Photoshop. Oh, I shouldn't really admit that, should I? I do have a proper version now. Obviously, I do not condone digital piracy in the slightest, but when you're 18, you don't have a lot of money, the internet is your best friend. So now, heading further on down the lap, the first little thing I want to show you is, of course, this circuit is based in California. Governor of California in 2008 was none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger, so visit California, guys. We're now at the top of the hill. The water is on the right hand side. I'll see if I can post a replay in the frame somewhere so you can see exactly where the car is, but we're now driving along the top of the dam. We're going to approach top speed, and one of my all-time favourite corners. Wow. Oh, I've missed this so much. When you do that at full speed, it is just, it's a rush, it really is. The car just follows the banking, the circuit drops away, goes down to the left. You can carry so much speed around there, and of course these are all real roads. Now I've taken a few liberties, of course, because they are real roads, but they're not really this wide, and they're not really this fancy. Some of them are dirt roads in real life, some of them are just like basic tarmac access roads. So I've built this circuit from a real location based on what it would be like if it was developed into a real circuit. So I did a lot of research around this place. I measured all of the lengths of the circuits, and I researched the specifications for FIA circuits. So all the barriers are as they would be, all the runoffs are as they would be to meet grade specification. There are markings on the track, spray paint markings, which signify where the real world... This is so dorky. Where the real world grids, power lines, water lines, gas lines would be. You can see the grids on the side. There are manholes on the track that if you drive over them, it will act like a curb. You know? The material on the track. There's cracks in the road. All the road markings are what they would be in real life as well. So all the broken lines. I really had a lot of time on my hands when I was younger. That's for sure. But yeah, some of the track widths are a little bit over the top looking back at it now. It's a little bit of a wide circuit. I would have liked to have made it a little bit narrower. But this is Circuit Thermalito, guys. I can't believe I'm actually driving around it again in Automobilista. Okay, let's go for a flat-out run here now. Obviously, I'm just cruising it round, talking to you at the same time, approaching the top of the dam. Downhill, here we go. And the little flick into the tunnel. Brake deceptively early here, because the apex drops away from you. You have to hug it into the apex. As close as you dare to the barrier on the the tyre barrier on the inside there. Wow! And this circuit, I've actually made it available now. It's not an official release because I haven't done any testing. I've literally just converted it across and changed a few text files to solve objects popping in and out. But you can have a go at this if you want to. There is a link in the description. You can download it from my Google Drive. Go and have a race. Tell me what you think. It works at night, so there are night lights. That's all good. The AI should be okay. Like I said, I've just converted it over from the original rFactor, but it was okay in the original rFactor. Whoa! Okay, that just goes to show that because I made this thing doesn't mean I'm not going to make mistakes. If anything, this is probably one of the trickiest circuits to drive because I kind of made it like that. Lots of weird cambers and lots of bumps in the road. And I know I'm biased, but this circuit is just... Oh, I love driving it. And I hope you guys will as well. Like I said, there's a link in the video description, so go and get a copy of this. Go and fire up Automobilista and have a look. I really want to organise a DDF Racer YouTube channel community event here in the near future. Wow, missed that breaking point a lot. And I'm thinking of hosting some kind of enduro race. Maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours at Circuit Thermalito. And I would love to get you guys involved. I think what better way to break this circuit back in again? Get you on it. And to say thank you to everyone who has supported the channel, followed me through the journey that I've been on so far and the journey that we're going to continue on. I've decided to name all the corners after you, so I'm going to shut up for this lap and I'm going to commentate after the fact. I'm going to do a voiceover and put a little map up on the screen of what all the corners are. So here we go, flat out. Let's do it. Okay, thank you, Historical Dan. Heading towards the first corner, the NAUMANN HAIRPIN, probably the tightest corner on the circuit. Prop it down to first gear. Watch out for that bump on the apex as we now head down towards the first of two kinks, HENRIK 1 and HENRIK 2, named after Captain Flatspot and RVR Closet, of course. Now down to a tricky left-hander, BERGEN Bend. Watch that curb on the inside, it'll unsettle the car. On the MOONIE straight, see the camper trailers on the right hand side and get ready to brake for EAGLECOTT junction. You want to sacrifice some entry speed here and keep the exit speed ups as you go up the DAMO straight. Now heading up to obviously the billboard of Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is Brown Bend, not because you get a code Brown, but named after the magnificent Sean Brown, of course. Now the fearsome rainy curves, take as much speed as you want, but do not clonk that wall on the exit. Now heading onto MOKANG Drive, the dam on the right hand side, the water, we head towards Hole Corner, the most fearsome corner on the track, downhill, left-hander, banked, quick flick, the Rexy flick into the JT tunnel as we head now towards the MJS's, a fiddly little left, a nice little right, watch the tyres on the inside, and a nice little crest over the rides onto the sticky straight, probably the first time on this lap, take a nice little breather. There we go. But don't breathe for too long as we're now straight into the Hunter Loop. Watch out for the banking on the exit. Don't run wide. You will be in the gravel. And there's a lot of gravel there. 18-year-old Dan seemed to like gravel traps for some reason. We're now onto the Sean Smith Straight. Heading back towards the circuit. The dam in full view as we head towards BINSBERGEN. Pick a braking point, but maybe a little bit later than that. Come on. Flick it in the curb. Get it into Jorgensen Corner, into the second Cummings Tunnel and the fiddly CHICANEMUND. Now the relatively flat out BRODIE bend, struggling to get the power down. We're almost at the end of the lap. There is no name for this straight yet. Suggestions in the comments, guys. As we now head towards the final corner on the circuit, the power loop. Nice and banked, keep it tight in the corner, and there it goes. DDF with the bin special. It wouldn't be a DDF video without it, let's be honest, guys. And back on, let's complete the lap. It's not a great time, but I'll hand it back over to face-palming Historical Dan. So there you have a lap of Circuit Thermalito. Thank you, Future Dan, for commentating over that. Good one, mate. Let's see if we can actually put a solid time on the board now. Even after 12 years, this place still catches me out. Obviously, this car isn't exactly the most planted thing. But that's what makes it fun. I love the way this Super V8 in Automobilista just bounces over the curbs and rolls around. It kind of wallows around on track. It's a very heavy car, very skinny tyres, but lots of power. And lots of skill required. Obviously this circuit, as you can probably tell, is more suited towards GT cars and that kind of thing. It's not so much a single-seater kind of track because of the bumps, I would say. Oh! Sorry about that, guys. My webcam just decided it had enough and wanted to die, so we're back up and running again. Let's go and try and put another lap in. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by you, Logitech C920, this car is more suited towards GT cars than single-seaters for sure, just because of the bumps and just the whole layout of the circuit. There are a few high-speed corners, which would be good for downforce cars. I mean, it could be good for LMP3s, that kind of thing. Definitely GT cars. I mean, this supercar I think is a perfect match, but when we hold the community event here, when we hold the DDF race, where you guys are going to come along and get involved, obviously, what car would you want to have on here? Go and do a few laps, give it a go, try a few things out, and let me know, not only in the comments, but come and have a chat on my Discord as well, because I will be doing the majority of the organisation of this event through my Discord server. So, link in the description, guys, and let me know what you would like for the Circuit Thermalito event, basically. I don't know when I'm going to host it, when it's going to be, I don't know the exact details. All I know is I really want to have a race with you guys here. 2:09. I have done a 2:07 in practice before, and I thought I was going to get into the 2:06s, but I'm not really trying right now, actually. I'm kind of having a casual drive and a chat with you, reminiscing about making circuits. I wish there was something like Bob's Track Builder for, say, rFactor 2, because I would probably never make another YouTube video again. I'd spend the rest of my time in that, designing circuits, because I just like it. Obviously, this was back in 2007, 2008 that I made this. I went to uni in 2009, studied audio engineering in Liverpool. I am a fully trained audio engineer, guys, as well as a virtual reality idiot. I wanted to make a street circuit in Liverpool based on the roads around my uni, and that actually worked out pretty well as well. I'll have to see if I can find the original files for it. It was never finished. I got as much as doing the track and the objects and all the barriers and that kind of thing. I never got around to doing the AI. I'll put a link up on top of the screen somewhere, because I did upload a video of it way back when on my old YouTube account. So go and check that out if you want, guys. Let me know if you'd want to see that as well, if that's worth bringing back to life. Because this whole rFactor 1 Automobilista conversion thing just opens up so many possibilities, it really does. I spent so much time on rFactor 1, an unhealthy amount of time on rFactor 1. The amount of mods that were available for that game was just insane. I remember spending a lot of time playing the Renault Megane mod, back when they used to have public servers. I always remember this one race I had in those cars, and it still stands with me to this day because it was probably my first proper online race. Can't remember the name of this guy. I was battling with him for 4th at Barcelona in the Renault Meganes. And it was something like a 15-minute race or something like that. It was only a quick race, but this guy was so hard to pass. And I was still a young DDF, you know, I didn't have as much racecraft. I was a lot more prone to spinning off and binning it than I am now, believe it or not, if I could be even more prone. I held it together for 15 minutes against this guy. So close, we were so closely matched on pace, and I'd never had an experience like that before. Obviously, racing against the AI, repetitive and monotonous, and they used to barge you out the way, and it was kind of a frustrating experience. So to be able to do this and race against an actual human being properly for the first time, that memory is stuck with me. And that's something that I kind of cherish. Nostalgic feeling more than anything else. Woo! Big drift there, Dan. That is a horrible chicane. Why did I make that chicane? I would wipe that chicane out if I was going to do this track again. Okay, we're a little bit faster. Let's get it through the banked final corner here. Okay, we're a quarter of a second up. It's better, but it's still not fantastic. One more lap, and I'm really going to concentrate now. So, oh, he's not. He's going to put it in the fence. Yay! Okay, I'm going to go for one more lap, and I'm not going to talk. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to concentrate to the best of my ability. So, headphones on, volume up. enjoy the fantastic sound of this super V8 car in Automobilista, and hopefully we can go and get a good lap. Okay, here we go, across the line. This is by far going to be my best lap so far. 2 minutes 6.650. Oh, there you go. There is a lap at Circuit Thermalito, full concentration. Now, of course, there are a few Easter eggs around this circuit. I'm not going to tell you what they are. It's up to you to go and find them, but people who've been watching my live streams recently may know one of them already. And there are so many little details which even I'm remembering as I'm going around now that I'd completely forgotten about. Go and check out the link in the video description, go and download this track, copy it over to your GameData locations folder, and go and do some laps at Circuit Thermalito. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm so happy that this circuit is back to life. If you enjoyed the video, if you like the circuit, if you like what you saw, then don't forget to leave the video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, come and say hi on Discord as well. And make sure you subscribe, because when I do organise this race, I'll be posting an announcement about it. So if you don't want to go on my Discord, if you're not over there, then I'll post all the information here on YouTube anyway. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to see that and also catch all of my other content. I do plenty of live streams, I do plenty of videos. Thank you so much for watching. I've been DDF Racer, and I'll see you next time.